Good afternoon, gardening friends. It's Sunday, it's time for an update, and let me swing around. And for those that have been concerned about what it looks like in the San Fernando Valley, if you're not from California, we kind of go by valleys. We've got the San Fernando Valley, the San Gabriel Valley. Right now, the fire, as I record this, the Bobcat fire, and actually being that I'm 3-4 weeks behind, or at least on a 3-4 week delay between me recording and you seeing these videos. It's the Bobcat fire started in basically above the city of Azusa in the San Gabriel Valley and has now marched over the mountains to the Antelope Valley, and unfortunately has burned some homes over there. That's kind of approaching desert area. Actually, all of Southern California used to basically be desert, but I'm kind of up in the mountains of whatever. Anyway, I'll let you kind of look it up. But going back around here, we've got some developments. We've kind of got things going back to normal. I got the garage kind of put back to where it was before all the craziness with the electrical started. And now we've got, you usually see this, but you can see the conduit running there, and we've got the air conditioner all patched up. All the electrical is done. I've cleaned up the side, at least as far as it'll ever get cleaned up, moving things back where they used to be. Over here, today I was out and at the dollar store. They had the polka dot plants for $1, so I picked a couple of them up. This looked pretty nice. Haven't decided exactly where I'm going to put them, but if we look up above here, we've also got in the corner here these fancy looking pots with the white and blue. Those are, I believe they call them mother-in-law ears or something like that, and they were not looking really good. We had these in the backyard, kind of just on the ground in just they're I'll show you around the pool. And they were not looking so great. You can see they're they're turning yellow and not looking healthy. So ultimately we pulled those just because they're not looking great, but they'll get some water over here and not quite so much sun. Look at that. Wow, the nasturtium's doing really nicely here. I'm just going to enjoy having it here. There doesn't seem to be anything growing in there. The immediate thought would be, well, let's put the polka dot plants in there and that would look nice, but ultimately I want to keep that box for veggies, so I think I'm going to plant some more nasturtium and we'll just see what happens with that. Something growing in the middle pot there, don't know what that is. We'll just let it grow and find out. The plumeria, wow, look at that sucker, that's doing really nicely. At some point I'm not going to be able to give you a close-up. I'm going to have to stand back and show you. So that makes me happy. So some good things, but unfortunately as I come running across here, it looks like the cucumber has just died, and I tried pulling it out and I can't even find the cucumber that was developing on there, so don't know what happened. I'll have to see if I got more seeds. Maybe I can plant it again. I've also got the other planter over there, which basically is just growing weeds, so I got to do some thinking, some planning, figure out what I want to do. We've got this Swiss chard here doing nicely, so I'm going to be harvesting some of that and enjoying it for a salad. Moving over, we've got the celery, which I pulled some of the dead stuff off and it's starting to look better, but it really just doesn't look like celery anymore. I'm kind of almost wondering if something else got in there and took over. I'll have to look that up. But, we got growth. We got some green. Unfortunately here, it's just looking like nothing at all is growing in these planters. So I'm going to have to decide what to do there. The bean plants are still alive, but they're covered in ants. I don't know if that'll sort of give you an idea of the problem that we're having here. So I'm going to hit this with some insecticidal soap and try and kill off some of the ants, and hopefully we'll start getting something resembling beans off of this. I'm not seeing flowers anymore, which isn't encouraging, so I'm not sure what to think on all that. So now we're in the backyard, and these are the plants I was talking about. And we've got these planters that have other things in them. There's another one there. Those two that got pulled out used to be on that corner, kind of right in the center of your picture on the ground. They weren't looking good. We pulled them out. We'll see if we can save them. Another one is, we've got this plant here and another one out front, this bush. You can see it's turning brown. It turned out that this particular sprinkler head just wasn't even clogged so much. It just, for whatever reason, just wasn't sprinkling anything. Maybe because it was actually a longer throw, like a 15-foot, and I'd turned it down about halfway. And sometimes it seems like if you want a 15-foot throw, you should get a 15-foot. But if you only want to go 12 feet, put a 12-footer in there. If you only want to go 4 feet, put a 4-footer. That way you can run them at full blast. And I think they're self-clearing at that point. So I've put a different head in here, and it seems to still be working. I just checked. So hopefully we'll get some water on this plant and it'll bounce back. The cherry pepper, I apologize, it's late afternoon as I record this, so my shadow is going to keep rolling by. The cherry pick pepper is doing nicely. I'm not seeing much on the Roma tomato plant, and I didn't think I was seeing much here on the big tomato, the Atlas, but then I noticed, you have to just kind of get in there to see it. There is a tomato growing. It just surprised me. It's that big. I've been looking for, like I'm looking up here, where we've got actual flowers, and I was looking to see if I was developing anything new. I cut off some of the dead-looking stuff, kind of trimmed the plant back, and then all of a sudden I realized there was a tomato back there. So that makes me happy. I've got this plant here where I've got the Nikita hybrid, and that I didn't think I had much, and then I discovered that there's one there. There's another one right here. So that's starting to grow. That's good. And then of course the giant Merconis are doing really nicely. So there's that, and the basil. The basil's starting to kind of go yellow on me, so I just sprinkled some fertilizer on there. And that's pretty much how it goes. We've had heat, we've had smoke. It hasn't been the best week, but as a gardener, you take things as they come, and you deal with it, and things are going to die, and you figure out what you're going to replant in their place. That's just gardening for you. It's not always going to be peaches and cream. It's not always going to be the best, but you do what you can. So that's the update for this week. It's actually a little bit longer one than usual, but hope you're all doing well. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, take care of your family. This is the Budget Gardener signing off, saying may your thumb be green.